Okay, listen up, Lecturer Joe here. In the previous videos we've looked at the basic idea of current flow around a circuit and also the voltage present across a battery or across components in a circuit. And we've looked at the notion of resistance. So it's time to pull all those together with this equation. I equals V over R. In other words, the amount of current flowing round the circuit, to which you give the letter I, can be worked out if you know the voltage and the resistance. So the amount of current flowing around the circuit is the voltage here divided by the resistance of the circuit. I equals V over R. So in this example, if the voltage was 12 volts and the resistance was 3 ohms, then we would know that the current flow is V over R, 12 over 3, 4 amps. Now, most of you have probably come across this equation before. It's the most common equation really to be used with electrical circuits, but almost everyone gets it wrong. And the reason is quite simply this. If you look at this circuit, you can't really get it wrong with this circuit. I equals V over R. There only is one V, the voltage across the battery here, and that's really the same thing as the voltage across the resistance, because if we put our meter here, it's the same as putting our meter here. So there only is one voltage, there only is one resistance, and out comes your current. But where you have a circuit with more than one component in it here, it's easy to apply this equation the wrong way and come up with the wrong answer. So listen up. So the easiest way to avoid going wrong is to take a look at how not to do it. Here we've got a circuit with a 12 volt battery and 3 resistors in series, a 1 ohm, a 2 ohm and a 3 ohm. So suppose I come along here and I want to know the current flowing through this 1 ohm resistor. I might say, well, current is V over R, which is, what's the V? Here's a 12 figure over here, divide by 1, which is 12 amps. And then I want to know the current flowing through the 2 ohm resistor. Same thing, I equals V over R, 12 over 2, 6 amps. And for the last one, I equals V over R, 12 over 3, 4 amps. So there I have come up with 3 answers using the equation I equals V over R, but they are all wrong, because you should notice right away that on this circuit there can only be one value of flow here. Whatever the current flow rate is here is the same as the flow rate here, the same as the flow rate here, the same as the flow rate here. We covered that in previous videos. It's the most fundamental idea in electrical circuit theory. So there's no way the flow can be 12 here and 6 here and 4 here. And yet we appear to have used the equation, but what we've done in fact is use the equation in the wrong way. The problem here is that when I say I equals V over R, I then go and pull this V figure from over here, which isn't true. I equals V over R is going to be true if we know the actual voltage across that resistor. So to find out the current flowing through this resistor using this equation, we have to know the voltage figure just across that resistor and then divide that by the value of the resistance 1. And to find the current flow through this resistor, I equals V over R, the V figure again needs to be the voltage across that resistor, not this voltage over here. And similarly here, if we want to use the equation here, we need to know the voltage across that resistor, not this value. If we know those 3 voltages, then the equation will give you the correct answer. But it's very important to realize how not to do it, because this is the single most common error that people make with these calculations. So we'll take a look at some examples done properly in the next video.